very, very important topic, because we are learning horoscopes of people at birth. This is reading a chart at death. What is the state of a person who dies, and what is the after state after death, or life after death? This the reading of the Punya Chakra. Anybody can ask me any other doubts you have. You can ask me. Definition of death. There's no death. There's nothing such as death. It is the death of the physical body. The person never dies. No, we never die. That's why I started with Vivekananda's words. Nobody dies. It's the death of the physical body. We have 5 sariras: Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manormaya, Vijnanmaya, Ananda. 5 sheets of bodies. So at death, we lose 3 of the sheets, and we move with the other 3 to a different world. So in fact, the word Atma is also wrong. It is Sukshma Sarira. It is not Atma. There is only one Atma, and that Atma is God. You can explain what is an Atma is. In a sea, if there is a plastic packet, the water inside is us, we. In the plastic packet in the middle of the ocean, what is inside is water. What is outside is water. So what separates us from the universally is the cover, the identity we have. So you just drop the cover, we are again one back with the ocean. This is the meaning. So there is nothing such as death. It is actually, if you tell, it's the death of our ignorance. Our death of our ignorance, we will know we are always Aham Brahmasmi, Pragyanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi. These are the meaning from the 4 Vedas, the summary of the 4 Vedas. Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. If it's too much for you to digest that, it is I am one with God, I am brilliant with God. You can say. So this is what I say. When are you I am God? When is Aham Brahmasmi? When Aham dies, it is only Brahma which stays. So from the spiritual angle, going to the other world, it is a drama, it is a Maya. If you understand the truth, there is no more drama of other worlds or anything exists. You are there, always there. It is like this is like a dream. I'm dreaming this world, or you can say creation is the daydream of God. Creation is the daydream of God. Okay, so how can we consider Punya Chakra when suicide, death of a native? See, if you can know the time, you can know, but find out that what desa and antar desa. Definitely suicide, death. They will get a punishment. Most of the mentally retarded child are people who have taken suicide. They need a punishment for a sacred life which has been given to them. They are wasted and throwing it away. So definitely there will be a punishment, which you will definitely see if you look. It's very important. I didn't have any charts of people who timing of death. If you can see the chart, just check the Lagna. Definitely you will have Rahu. Mandi will be there. Gulika Mandi will be there. Retrograde planet will be there. The Lagna will have malefics. So the state of death is the Lagna. Okay, will they immediately take? Mostly suicide will take a very quick birth very fast. But they can be stuck in the other worlds. A lot of confusion can be there. The guidance may not come. So you can judge from the 8th and 12th from the Punya Chakra. The time they died, the 8th and 12th, can see how fast they move away. The exit is seen in the 8th house. The next world where they are going to be, can be seen in the 12th house. And the next birth is seen from the 5th house. Keep the 5th house in Lagna and see the whole chart. So you'll see, you're not only looking at birth charts, now you all become qualified to look at people who died. You never have the practice. We'll just see the nakshatra yoga. Did he died in Panchaka or something? No, find the time, look at the Lagna and see that you can now predict for your relations or anybody in what state he died. In case you want to say remedial measures, in case they die with malefics in 1, 8, 12, a Sudarshan Homa at least must be done. Usually there's an Narayana Bali, there's a Sudarshan Homa which is done. There is something called Preda Avana. Then there is Tila Homa, Kushmanda. A lot of pujas to be done. This is generally predicted when there are certain deaths. When person dies with, I forgot to mention, if Mas, Rahu, Ketu in Lagna, if he dies, after that, it's not only bad for him, it is not good for the family also. Dying in a Masvara, dying in a Ashtami Navami, Chaturthasi, Amavasya, with malefics and Lagna, something wrong will happen to the family. Some bad things will happen to the family if he dies with malefics and Lagna. So it is very necessary to tell them to do some remedial measures. Usually it is only people say, You die from Tanishta Panchami alone, you do, or this three Pushkara, this V Pushkara Nakshatras remedy has been given. But if you look at the Lagna must not have malefics. If Lagna, what is the 8th and 12th are his state where he will go. But Lagna, if it has more than 2 malefics, then it is not good. But if Jupiter is strongly placed, then don't worry. Definitely, if you can check up, open some suicide charts, bad charts, accident charts, and just look time, you will see Lagna will have malefics. We saw in Rajiv Gandhi's chart, Rahu sitting in Lagna in all the Varga charts till D60. And when a person, electrocuted person, all the bad deaths, 4 bad deaths, he saw the Lagna was very badly affected. The same contrast is when he saw Saint's chart, they are dying in the Shubhahora with Jupiter and transit well placed. Jupiter Dasa or Antardasa. The Dasa Antardasa is very nice. Most of the death I see, it is usually people die during 6th, 8th, 12th Lord Dasa. Malefic 6th, 8th, 12th Lord Dasa, or malefic Marga and benefic Marga has a big difference. When you die during a benefic Marga period and die during a malefic Marga period, it's totally different. Yes, sir. Kishore sir, tell me, sir.
Sir, that last question by Sri Satyanarayan ji has brought a memory into my mind, because in
Yes,
our
sir.
community we have our monks. I belong to the Jain community, and our monks
Yes.
do what is known as the Sanhara, where they do fasting, and when they know that the time of death is when they know that death is inevitable, then they do a fasting, and they go into a religious mode, deeply religious, spiritual mode. So there are documented date time of these events, and that could throw up another area of research, based on whatever you have given.
No, so the way they're dying, the nimitta itself of dying it is in a very spiritual manner.
Yeah, very spiritual.
So naturally, they must be running a good Dasa and Antardasa, Jupiter transit. You do think what to say they will die during a Mars, Rahu, Ketu this way? No, definitely somewhere Jupiter 5th and 9th house must be involved.
It is the other end of the suicide, sir. The suicide is this side. And
no, this is spiritual. This is spiritual.
Yeah.
They are dying with the mental state peacefully.
It's like
they are welcoming death. Yeah. There it's not welcome. You are forcing yourself. You don't want to go. 50% you don't want to go, but you have no other go. This is the only way out. That is a different side. Here in this state, what is say? You have reached a particular state. It is enough. You want to leave the world in a different. Like many sannyasis do a samadhi. They meditate and they know the yogic procedure to leave the body. Here, these Jains are actually fasting and dying. You can see Raghavendra and many people, they will just meditate, not without fasting. They can leave the body at will. We can't call that a suicide, no?
Definitely not.
So this is the other end of the. You can easily check the Dasa Bhuktis. It's a 5th and 9th, and Jupiter will be well placed. And somewhere I think Jupiter in the 8th house. If I can tell in the birth horoscope, Jupiter's in the 8th house. It will be something like this. You voluntarily, choose your death and you die.
A powerful phenomenon that is recorded.
Definitely. The transition is very important. So as much as birth, death is a very, very important. The planetary position, the muhurta, the transit, gochara, death is very important, because the goal of life is what after death? You want to be born again and again and again and again. What is this thing? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, bhaja govindam. Be born from womb to womb. Again and again. This somewhere it must stop. No. So what is the use of you earn thousands of crores and then I'm going to be born again? What is the meaning? I must stop this cycle. I have one life, not I've become great. I won property. I'm not going to be born again. If I've done, I've got success in life. So this is winning over death. And this can be only found in the Punya Chakra. Maybe the transit and the Dasa Antardasa you die is one very important. But the Punya Chakra, the Lagna, where is Jupiter's placement, the 8th and 12th house can very, very clearly show you, okay, at least I'm not blessed to get Punya Chakra. To get moksha, at least I will get a good loka. I go and stay in a world peacefully, then come back to finish my karma. So at least that Satkadi I must get, no? So that's many people will want to know, did he die properly? Did he cross over? Imagine somebody getting stuck over. Not even gone to the other world. Then where's the chance for him to get a new new birth? He's not crossed over. I have done some pujas. I know when the Tantri, I call the Tantri, and the Tantri is saying, no, he's caught for 40 years, he's stuck. So we have to do a Preda Avahana, send him to the other world. That's a complicated puja. After Sudarshanama, we have to do.
Shankarji has a question.
Yes.
Yeah. Namaste, Sarji. The
Yes,
session
sir.
was really good. Thank you for that.
So yeah.
Sir, I just have a question, right? So you mentioned about the malefics like Mars, right? So for example, if I have a chart, right, wherein the Lagna Lord happens to be, when I say the chart, it is a Punya Chakra chart, let us say, right? If the Lagna Lord happens to be Mars, and he is a natural malefic, right? But according to this Punya Chakra, even though he is a malefic, we have to consider him as like a benefic, right? So let us say that the Lagna Lord Mars is positioned in the 12th house, Pisces, along with exalted Venus.
It's not an affliction. That's what I'm saying. You have to apply all the normal rules.
All the normal rules.
If he's in own house, it is exalted, then it is you need not consider it. Maybe because it is Mars, he must have died in a train and stress. You can just take it like that.
Okay. No. Here the Lagna Lord happens to be the Mars, and he is positioned in Pisces.
Then it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. And he is getting aspected by Jupiter.
Jupiter, Venus, it becomes friendly. Maybe what I say, he dies through sharp instruments or something will be there. But if it is beneficially influenced, the way he dies was not good, but the after state will be not a problem.
It will be good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
it's very important to know, no, what is it after death? What did I cross over? What is it? What happens in between? Which world am I going? And after that, will I come back? Or what is it? I have got moksha is $1 million question. Yeah. Anybody else? Anything?
So, sir, 12th house in your Punya Chakra with all benefits means you have got a good loka.
Satkati. It can be moksha also. But you have got a very good death. You are going to a very, very high loka. It's very, very good. So, see, moksha, we are not qualified to say what is it. To understand moksha. Moksha means moha shaya. The delusion is cancelled. That is the meaning of moksha. What is it? There's no more delusion, no more maya. All this attraction I have to the world, if it is cancelled, if it is ended, it is moha. For Guru Purnima, I have to say, who is a Guru? Guru. Guru means gunatita. One who's crossed the 3 gunas. Ru is rupa varjita. One is beyond the form. Only that person is a Guru. So only such a person, what is it, can take us to moksha. So who is the person who's beyond the 3 gunas and one beyond the 3 forms? Only God. So only God can be a true Guru. No physical form. Anybody in physical form must be the state of God to guide you. Only can be a Guru. Yeah. Anybody else? Any other questions, sir? I think it's a very delicate topic. I know it's about death. But then I wanted something very special for Guru Purnima to be given. A very spiritual topic. First I thought I will just discuss saints chart, but then I'm almost discussing everything about saint chart. I start with 3 saints chart on. So I thought this topic will be more interesting. A little bit difficult to digest, but then if you can interpret it for your relations or some special people, it's a very philosophical aspect of life, no? The art of dying. The dying, so how important is to die? What I say, not I have marriage auspicious time, I do this in auspicious time. I must die in an auspicious time. I must die with my planetary position, my dasa, antardasa, and conscious. It must be auspicious. That is also a very, very important aspect of astrology. So that's the meaning of this. Yes, this is a manifestation throughout life. It is not a last-minute manifestation. This must be a subconscious desire throughout life. It must be one of your main desires. It's not I live happily, I live richly, I live prosperity. I must have a peaceful death and a good sadgati. With this in mind, you must do everything else. Your karma for every aspect of life is very important. Keeping this in mind, whatever activities which I do must go to a state where I have a happy death. So what will be my karma if I aim at getting a good death? And the next afterlife means every action of mine must be related to it. So 24 hours, I must do everything keeping this in mind. That's why they will say one thing, never forget 2 things. Always remember one thing, always think about God, never forget about death. So this must be with a motto, with a spiritual saying which most of the gurus will say. Think of God always, never forget. So every action of us must be somewhere, I must get a good death. We can't say in the last minute, last 5 years of my life, or once I'm detected with cancer, what is it? Okay, what do I do? I think it must be a lifelong process. Every action of mine must be somewhere I must get a good death. Must be. So that must be the way we must manifest.
So the Punya Chakra looks more like a report card, how you have led your life.
Yes, yes. Yeah, definitely. What I say, finally, what I say, however you lived, what I say, Punya Chakra will show. Now, what next?
The tagline could be that, Shikha. The Punya Chakra, report card of your life.
Yes, that should be the tagline.
So,
do we have any other questions? Okay.
There will be a lot of questions, definitely, but at the moment, it's all like, like a storm.
To absorb so much.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm in walk. So kind of one side is death is destined. I mean to say in particular time. Another thing is we have like kind of we can choose or we can prepare ourselves to live in right consciousness, right?
Yes.
So question is how to say develop a right consciousness in time of death, right?
Correct. The mental state at death matters a lot. So it's very important. What I say, when you die, how quickly you let go. You don't hold on. Don't fight it. They say death is like 1,000 scorpions. The reason the Kalapurusha Scorpio said death is like a scorpion, like 1,000 scorpion bite. You must not let go very, very easily. What next? It is just like you say, drop your dress and put on a new dress. So it should be that easy, that effortlessly, if you can glide and move to the next stage without a problem, your whole life you should live in such a state. What I say, we hang on to our attached fourth house, no? Our attached fourth house, no? Why Moksha Trigona starts with fourth house? Fourth house is such an auspicious house. But why is fourth house called the Moksha Trigona? Eighth, I understand. 12th, you understand. Why fourth is called the house of Moksha? What is fourth house to do with Moksha? Because for getting Moksha, the first thing you have to drop is your belongings, your attachments. Every attachment, the fourth house is everything, your house, your home, your mother, everything is fourth house. So to move, first is not the Lagna, it is your fourth house, which you have to let go. You move to the eighth. From the eighth, you move to the 12th house. So what I say, that all your attachments are sitting in the fourth house. So you want to move, it is very important. You have to let go of the fourth house. So for dying, it's absolutely nothing but how the eighth house is just letting go. So what I say, how quickly, moment I know I'm going to die, how fast will you throw away everything and look out to the next world? I saw one particular movie, next movie I'm going to see. Even for an actual movie, no, I'm having the backlog of the previous movie. How will I be mentally prepared to see the next movie? But you should be prepared. Yes, live life fully, completely, 100%. But when there's a time to move away, be ready to throw and take on the next. Only then the transition can be peaceful. Or you'll be stuck, still affected by the life you have lived. So somewhere the detached, attached, the symbol why lotus is a spiritual symbol is, where is the lotus way? It is, it is blooming towards the sun, but it is in a murky water. But it is still only looking at the sun. That's the reason the lotus is a spiritual symbol. You must be ready to let go of the past and immediately take over the next life. So that quickly, the transition must happen. So somewhere, the detachment attitude must always be there throughout your life. The reason 12th house is a spiritual house is somewhere you must be ready to let go. The only thing is, if I can tell you my experience of how this can be done is, you must always be doing everything for the sake of God. Every moment, everything what I do, if I do it for the sake of God, for pleasing God, if I do it, I think then death will be an easy transition. So I can welcome it. It's an act of God. So I'm not going to fight it. I'm just leaving it, accepting it, moving forward. I know one person, who helps people to die. I'm a therapist. People are refusing to die. And in fact, the plan, everything is over for them, but they hang on for 1 or 2 years because they don't want to let go of die. Then they need a counselor who comes and speaks to them and tells them, let go. And then they die. There are states, that mental turmoil, when your period is over and still you can continue 2 years, they are not going to be active. They're going to be in bed. 2 years in bed, sitting in the hospital, going on and off to the ICU, and they're not dying. Because they don't want to let go. They're still hanging on with fear, scare, lack of spiritualism. They don't want to move on. It's very important, the spirituality. This Punya Chakra will be a start. It's not the Muhurta alone. How much spiritualism you must know. How important is Jupiter for the Punya Chakra? What is Jupiter is auspicious in Punya Chakra? Then you're moving well. It's your spiritual life which you have lived throughout. Only then you can have a good, Jupiter in the end. You can't just simply accidentally have Jupiter sitting in the Lagna on the 12th house. It can, or dying when Jupiter is in Cancer. You cannot have it. Or dying during Jupiter Antardasa or Dasa. You can't have it. Your spiritual life throughout will only mean, you're dying with a good Punya Chakra. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was a mind-boggling session, sir. Once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Each and every session is a magnum opus by itself, for me personally at least, and I think for most of us.
Yeah.
Those of you who feel that this session has given a new insight, you have gleaned something from it, and if you feel it has added a new perspective, a new dimension in the way you approach the charts, and also from a point of astrological research, from that point of view, whatever sir has discussed today, I think it's like a new awakening on this particular Guru Purnima, the energy that we have invoked. So thank you, William sir, for the role of the Guru who awakens the sleeping people, who brings them out of darkness, who shows them that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is, and for astrologers, it's even more important because we are almost at par with doctors. People go there for curing their ailments, and there are certain queries which people need an answer for, and technically, astrologers are trained to answer those. And today, what you have told us has added a new dimension to the way we interpret the chart and what we do with them, especially with D3, D4, D12, the discussions that have been happening in the last few days. Some of them are inside the membership plane, and some of them are in the public realm. So once again, a huge gratitude to Guruji, to William sir, and to Shikha ji for actually bringing William sir in the midst of us, because to honestly tell the truth, we were not aware about, I was not aware about this channel or the Guru William sir, and now of late I am interacting with Dinesh. So thank you once again, and if you have really liked this video, please do subscribe to the channel. I think all of you would have already subscribed, and please do press the thumbs up the icon. I think even that will be definitely done. I don't need to mention that, because whenever you like something from the bottom of your heart, you will want to show your appreciation, and that appreciation is there right in YouTube. So please go ahead and do it. It's just a reminder. I'm not telling you to do it. You will do it definitely. I'm just bringing it to your conscious awareness. So Shikha ji, any other updates regarding the Vargas that you'd like to tell us about the course? I think there are a few seats available, right, ma'am? If I'm not mistaken.
Just a few. We have a good number this time. And sir, thank you, because your sessions were so good, and Kishore has created that interest by giving us small clips. So I think yes. So, and a big thank you for that.
Shikha ji, one more point. So for the general public, those the ones who are going to view the YouTube videos, we still have to inform them that there are a few seats available. So please rush in. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Once the seats are full, then it will be. Thank you.
Once again,
thank
yes. Once again, a very happy Guru Purnima, sir. A happy Guru Purnima to you all. God bless.
I think we are having the class on Guru Purnima.
Yes, sir. So nice. Yeah. If we would not have this class on 21st, sir, we could have done this live section.
Okay.
People joining from YouTube and everything. Next time we'll do something.
Yeah, sure.
This was something sublime, sir. Today's session was sublime.
Yes, right.
Death is always sublime. Oh.
Seriously. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.